Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, 23rd February, yeah, 23rd February, 23rd February, I hope I got February, okay, Sunday, 7:14 in the morning, okay. Yesterday I uploaded the 2-hour video of my UAE report, and I seriously wanted to take a break. For some time, because that video took a lot of analysis, and wanted to give myself a break, 2-3 days, relax, play my games, enjoy, have fun, spend time with the family. But before I knew it, my bloody phone, WhatsApp, emails, Facebook Messenger, Line, every bloody, even Skype, every bloody communication channel that people have with me just bloody blew up. Okay, almost everyone on the planet, it seems, suddenly decided to send me the Khalij Times report. 930 people or something were terminated, and 43 branches of banks closed down. Okay. And then on top of that, you also have B.R. Shetty's scandal, which continues, of him seeking outside help. And on top of that, I also had me talking about that Emirati lady. I think people found out who it was. And some people who I knew, local Emiratis, they even called me and said, Yaki, what are you doing? Okay, so I'll address all this one by one, okay? Including the stuff that is not mentioned in the media. Okay, now this is from verified sources, reliable sources, and I thought it's very important for me to address this once and for all. Okay, so don't mind the specifics, the stats, I don't have them. Now, first things first, okay, the Khalij Times report. See, before you even react to a report or you start forwarding, the problem with the majority is they just read the bloody headlines, they read 1 or 2 lines, and they start forwarding it to every Tom, Dick and fucking Harry. And oh shit, end of the world, we're going to die. Man, at least have the audacity, the fucking, the decency, the self-respect to at least read the fucking article, man. Read the fucking article, read it. Read it. I'm not asking you to analyze it. I'm not asking you to research it. Read the fucking article. After you have read it slowly, understand what it is. I mean, a person with common sense would have at least figured it out. See, first things first. A person with common sense would have understood that in UAE, every bloody media is regulated by the government. In case you don't know this, in every media outlet, major, Gulf News, Khalij Times, National, Al Bayan, whatever, whichever newspaper is there is the hierarchy, the typical hierarchy, managing editor, whatever. Now, first and foremost is, you think these guys are going to publish anything against the UAE and not only risk their job, but risk their life? You think they will publish some scandalous, shocking reveal about UAE and then be happy to spend the next many years in a torture chamber or in the prison? No, they want to, when you stay in a country, you want to respect the laws of the country, you want to respect the boundaries, the rules, and you'll do whatever the best you can with whatever you're allowed to do, okay? You may or may not like it, but this is what it is. So the first thing is, use your common sense and understand that these guys, they're human beings like you and me. They don't want to fuck up their lives. They don't want their family life to get destroyed. They don't want to end up in prison. Okay? So they will not publish anything that goes against the UAE. Okay. The second thing is, whatever is published, have you noticed that sometimes you might read an article, but when you try to go back to it again, the article is deleted? Well, it is because there is a higher authority that oversees all this. Okay. In case they feel any article goes against the values or the rules or the regulations of a country, it will be removed. Now, third, this maybe you don't know this, but I'm telling you, in national paper, in Gulf News, in Khalij Times, there is a special appointed government body. Okay, a team of Emiratis, a team of people who are well versed with the vision of what the rulers want, the laws of the country, the ministry. They're very well versed, okay? And they're very educated, they're very articulate, they're very, competent. Every article that is related to the UAE or the Middle East, they will immediately read it, scan it, check it out, and if it falls within the preview of, okay, fine, this is okay to publish, only then it goes through. If they say, no, this one is dicey or we're not sure, it doesn't go through. So there is no fucking news that comes out of UAE, and that too on UAE media outlets, that the government has not allowed. So then it comes to, why did this get published? Well, it's because Khalij Times knows the majority of you are fucking idiots. They know you will just see the headlines, you will start forwarding it, you will not even read the article. And that is what all the idiots have done. Just forwarded it without reading it. And that is what Khalij Times wants. It wants clickbait titles within the parameters of clickbait. Okay, attention grabbing headlines, so that they can get traffic, because the content writers, they have to ensure traffic, otherwise their job is at stake. You're not writing any worthwhile articles, you're not getting any traffic, then why do we need you? So they have to think of creative ways to get. Why do you think Daily Mail Online puts always shocking stuff? Why do we write? We as human beings, we like to read juicy gossip. Okay, but here in UAE, they did publish what is true. However, they used a loophole. Now, what is a loophole? If you read the fucking article, just read the fucking article, you would know that it said this was a report, or banks did this in the third quarter of 2019. What is the third quarter? January, February, March, first quarter. April, May, June, second quarter. July, August, September. July, August, September of last year. Okay, so after September comes October, November, December, January, February. 5 fucking months have gone. 5 months, almost 150, 160 days. So 6, if they had put the headline that 6 months ago, 930 people lost their jobs, nobody would read it, because who the fuck cares what happened 6 months ago? But people, if you put 930 jobs are lost, oh shit, what the fuck happened? Banks closing down, oh fuck, what is happening? So they use the algorithm to find out what is a trending topic, job losses, banks, because bank reports are coming out. 1 plus 2 equal 3. No, 1 plus 2 is 3. Yes, sorry. My maths was always fucked up. So that's how they came out. Man, okay, if you want to know the real news, which is not being published, I have told you this before. 50%, 50% of all the banks are either going to shut down, 50% of the total. So even in case there are 100, they're going to be 50. Okay. First is 50% of the banks are going to exist. So the majority of the banks are going to shut down and not exist anymore. And it's not 50% of the workforce, more than 70, 75. Okay, 80 is pushing it a bit too far, but 70 to 75% of the workforce will lose their jobs. And why do I say this? Well, because number one, they have to get rid of all the highly paid staff. They have to get rid of their overheads. So they'll get rid of the expensive paying staff, and they'll get people who are ready to work like dogs. Okay, one person will do 3 people's jobs who wants a dummy designation. They'll bring in new people from the east, okay, who can do the same banking jobs. And because you'll have many people unemployed, people will be ready to work for lesser salaries. There'll be a lot of experienced people who are unemployed, like people who are in their 50s, they're without a job. They will agree for even 40% pay cut. Why? Because they have to take care of their families. Many of them have children who have to go to school, colleges. They must have never thought that these days will come. And it's always better to have some job than no job. Okay? So this is the part which you need to understand, that you're going to have a bank, an industry with 70% of the people without jobs. So now you can bargain. You can bargain and say, if you don't, you want to work, you work for less. Others, you can go back to your country. And trust me when I say this, majority don't want to go back. They don't want to go back to their country because UAE offers a certain luxury that other countries don't offer. Okay? So, and I've checked this with reliable sources, with people who work in very high positions. Okay? So 50% of the banking industry, they're going to shut down. 80%, 75% of the workforce is going to be terminated. They're going to bring in new people. And also, why do you think they're going digital or AI and all that stuff? Because they want to cut down on costs. Today, banking is done, everything is done through your smartphone, man. You can purchase stuff, you can shop, you can chat, they want to move into that economy where you can make decisions saving time on the phone. So that's what they want to move towards. Why do you need a staff? And also because of the pressure that you need to employ local Emiratis, okay, it's going to be highly competitive. So they need to employ these people. They need to create room. They need to get rid of highly paid jobs. They're going to outsource many jobs. Many departments are going to be outsourced. Okay. And why do you think they're going to India and creating this fear? Oh, we are going to have a court case on you and all that bullshit. Why? Which I mentioned in my 2-hour video. Why they're doing that? Because they need to get the money back. But I know, India has more than 4 million pending cases. This will just add to that. It's just going to go on a judicial process for years and years. Unless you have something very powerful or you have some minister or judge and you can guarantee him that you will give him maybe 40% or 20% as commission, nobody will bother. Okay? So now comes the next one. This was in terms of the banking. So stop fucking panicking. Okay, stop fucking panicking. I've told you this before. Stop panicking, stop forwarding. Use your fucking common sense. Read the fucking article. And here's a clue I'll give you. Anything that comes on Gulf News, Khaleej Times National is because it has been approved by the UAE government. Okay? So what you do is, after you get the headlines, just Google search that headline. Let's say, for example, 930 people lost their jobs. Google search. And you will find out Reuters is not talking about it. CNN is not talking about it. Jazeera is not talking about it. Then it should raise a red flag. The question is, why are some of the top media outlets not talking about it? Why is it only Khaleej Times? Why is it only Gulf News? So, because this is not a actual happening. This is a either made up story, sponsored story, fabricated story, or they have, rephrased the words in such a way just for you to read the article, for them to get some traffic. Okay? So please, if you don't want to trust Al Jazeera, Qatar is sponsoring that, fine. Go to Reuters. Now Reuters is by who? Okay, fine, you don't want Reuters. Go to somebody, right? But like I tell people, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't just read only one newspaper. Read multiple sources. Okay? And please read credible sources. Stop going to some fucking gossipy website, which, I keep getting, links. Oh, this guy died, that guy died, or, coronavirus is created by Bill Gates and all that. And you just read the website, you're like, what the fuck is this website about? So please, that's the first one. Okay? Banking. And how do I know this? Is because I'm in the job market, man. I'm helping people get jobs. Okay, so I know, and my contacts, they keep speaking to me about this. I've been in UAE. I've had relationships with these guys for so many years. Today, they occupy high positions. So obviously, they'll trust me because they know that they can. That's why you never come to know anyone's identity. Okay, now the second one, the coronavirus. The problem with UAE is, it needs revenue. It needs money. Like Thailand, UAE also needs money. And whichever economy has still opened its doors to China is because they need money. There is an African Airlines that is the only airline in the world that is still actively allowing Chinese passengers to go through, to travel. I think Ethiopian Airways or something, 43 flights a week. They are the only airline in the world. Okay. Why is UAE still allowing people? Okay. Why is Thailand still? Because it's foreign exchange. It's business. It's money. If they were to shut down, hey, how are you? Hey. If they were to shut down their doors, they are going to have a massive loss. Thailand's economy will be hit by at least 21% in terms of revenue. UAE's economy, UAE is the biggest receiver of Chinese tourists and Chinese exchange in the entire Middle East. I spoke about this in my 2-hour video. They have so many tie-ups with China. The construction by China, the material Chinese, the workers Chinese, Dragon Mart, shopping malls, tourists, so many, man. It's a 2 billion, I think what, 2 billion population. It's massive. It's huge. For them to close their doors to them, it's fucking suicide. Now, why do you think Ethiopia Airlines is, or that African Airlines is still wanting people to come? Because it's business. They need to make the money. It's very easy to say, oh, stop the coronavirus now. But there is a risk. There is a risk. And the risk is when you keep allowing people who are sick to keep traveling, well, there is chances people will get sick. That's why now 2 more confirmed cases of coronavirus. Okay? 1 Filipina and 1 Iranian guy. The Iranian guy, if he's old, his immune system is weak, he might die. And if he dies, I'll tell you, it's going to be a fucking pandemic. It's going to be, people are going to go ballistic. Now, what I've heard from my inside sources, okay, from people who are actually there, I can't give you the hospital name because, it'll risk their lives or their careers. Okay, the guys who are actually working there, they have told me that there are much more coronavirus patients whom they believe or suspect have coronavirus. It's huge. It's quite a number of people. Okay, huge number. And they don't have the exact figures, but it's a large number. Now, the reason, stop fucking panicking. Just listen to what I have to say, then fucking react. Okay. Now, the reason why there are so many people, there are many. There are not few, there are many. Okay. I can't give you the exact figures because I don't have. But roughly it would be in and around less than 500. See, this is from top of my head, okay? From the 2-3 people who have shared this, it's less than 500, okay? Now, they are kept under observation. It's not that they have the virus. They're kept under observation because if you know how coronavirus, reacts or acts with the body, it's there in the body for 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, it manifests itself. Okay, so it grows in the body for 2 weeks. So these people are kept under strict quarantine, under observation, especially the cabin crew, especially the pilot, especially the people who have interacted. Anyone with anything on their passport or documents, anything got to do with China or travel or interaction, or even if they have fever or they feel suspicious, they are taking the preventive measures, and this is a good thing. This is a good thing which they are doing because they need to protect the country and its people. Okay, because the entire economy, it'll get destroyed. Now, if it travels and spreads to Iran and Africa, it's a disaster. It's a global fucking disaster. Not because coronavirus is dangerous, but because of the fear associated with it. The problem is, fear makes people do crazy things. A simple thing. What happened to the Hong Kong protesters? Silence. What happened to China-US trade war? Silence. What happened to Russia and all the drama? That everyone's fucking silent. Nobody's making any noise, no protest, no trade war, nothing. Why? Because people are afraid. People are fucking afraid. They don't want to die. Everyone talks a big talk, but nobody can walk a big walk. So, and if one country gets affected, all the countries get affected. This is a global. What is happening right now is, it's not the sickness that will kill the people. It is the fear. It is the paranoia. And now countries are going to go on a lockdown. One by one, China is under complete lockdown. It's going to cost them $50 billion. Just imagine, $50 billion to China. Then imagine every other country. They're going to have trade routes. Really, see, where is the iPhone made? The iPhone is assembled in China. Where do you think all the products are manufactured? In China. So they were trying to fuck around with China before and say, fuck you, we'll put tariffs. Now they're fucked. Now they don't know what the fuck to do. US is not going to put any more tariffs because they're like, oh fuck. Now what do we do? Where do we get the other goods from? Because they were enjoying a really substantially low overhead. So now what will they do? Are you going to build a factory from scratch? Start a new process from scratch? Completely change your trade routes? And it's a disaster. So the first thing is, there are plenty of people who are, quarantined, okay, or who are hospital or who are under observation. But it's nothing to worry about, okay? It's good to be cautious. It's good to be alert. But please don't be paranoid. Please don't be racist towards Chinese. It's not a Chinese. Anyone can have it, okay? It's just that people from Wuhan are mainly affected. And, I have been chatting with some people from Wuhan. They're normal guys. It's just that we see these videos of people eating frogs and raw frogs and bats, and then we think all the Chinese people do that. It's like, for example, you say Indian, or you say India, you think a guy who wears a sarong, a lungi, sarong, it's a cloth-like thing, who smells of curry and has a mustache and a pot belly. But I'm an Indian. Why I'm different? There are so many. Sundar Pichai is Indian. Satya Nadella is Indian. Come on, man. Stop brushing everyone with the same. Not all are same, okay? Even Emirati locals, not all are same. I might talk about some of them, but all locals are not the same. So stop this ignorant thought process and comments, okay? So the people who have died, it's very tough to say whether a person has died due to coronavirus, but there are rumors floating around that there have been 2 or 3 deaths, okay? Is it confirmed or not? That nobody knows. But suspicion is there have been 3 deaths due to coronavirus in the UAE, okay? But the reason they are not sharing this is because then it's the end for UAE Expo 2020, okay? It's finished. It's game over. So, like I said, I'm telling you again, this is not confirmed. Even my sources, they are like, Loy, this is what we have heard, okay? 3 people have died due to coronavirus in UAE, but it's not confirmed. Now, I tell you, when in doubt, leave it out. I just feel if there have been the deaths, it's from someone who's really very weak in terms of their health. It's not because, let's say, for example, if I were to get a coronavirus, I'm not going to die because my immune system is strong. I will be sick, but then I'll be okay. Even you, I'm telling you again, please, if you get coronavirus, it's a virus, like fever, like cough. You will not die. Okay, you will not die. You will be sick for a couple of days and you will be okay. If people were dying, then out of the 50,000 who are affected in China, all 50,000 would be dead. We would have a zombie apocalypse, which is not happening. So relax the fuck out. Okay? Use common sense, use stats. The number of people who die by cancer, How many people? The number of people who die by diabetes, the number of people who die by smoking, the number of people who die by road accidents, the number of people who die due to tumors. Check those numbers. You should be more scared about those things. In fact, I would tell you, you should be more scared not about coronavirus. You should be more scared about your fucking job. You know, it's oh, coronavirus, let me cover my mouth with this cheap cloth. Oh, bro. By covering yourself with this cheap cloth, oh, coronavirus. And then after that, coronavirus. You're fucking smoking, you're fucking drinking alcohol, you're fucking eating sweets with sugar. Just Google search. Don't believe me, do your research. How many people died due to influenza, who died due to cancer, who died due to diabetes, blood sugar, accidents, stress? How many people die due to that? How many people die, you know, you'll put things into perspective, okay? Now, let's go to the next part. NMC, New Medical Center. Now, NMC is, to put it in a nutshell, NMC's brand is finished, okay? NMC's brand is finished. Why do I say this? If you were a vendor or a supplier and you had to deal with NMC, in the glory days, you do it closing your eyes because obviously you want some foreign exchange. No, sorry, you want business. A growing business is always a good business. But now, when you know all the scandals and everything taking place, you'll be cautious dealing with them. And this is what is happening in terms of NMC. NMC has lost its market value. NMC has lost its brand reputation. NMC's founder is hit with, you know, it's not, I would not say it's a very serious allegation, but people play around with all this numbers and all that. But B.R. Shetty, you know, you would say that it's finally caught up to him. For those of you who know B.R. Shetty's history, which I don't want to go through, he has done far more bigger things, which people are not talking about, far more bigger things. From the, you know, from how he started, just think, how did he start his business? Do a little bit of research of his history. I don't want to speak about it because, for whatever reason, okay? How he started his pharmacy, whom did he supply what, why did he get into the good books of the sheikhs, how was he the only Indian who got Sheikh Zayed's hand, you know, how did he end up there, how did he end up shaking hands with all the big guys? There should be something he did, right? Why other operators were not getting the favors he's getting? Something he did, right? So, how did he get UAE Exchange? How did he get that? So, and why did he grow so much? See, there is always two sides to the coin. He will go to conferences and say, if it's a Muslim conference in a Muslim country, because of Allah's blessing, he'll say. When he goes to India, he'll say, Bhagwan ne diya. Yeah. See, he's not a bad guy, okay? He's a businessman. He's doing whatever he needs to do to succeed. However, he should have retired by 70. He should have retired. He should have been happy. Okay, you did it in UAE. But the problem with these Indians, especially South Indians, each one wants to show, my dick is bigger than yours. It's much more bigger. Oh, you got this? I'll get something bigger. You got a car? I'll get a bigger car. You got a jet? I'll get a private jet. You got a 10-bedroom house? I'll get a palace. You got a Padma Shri from the government? I'll get some Chakra award from the government. Oh, Sheikh Zayed shook your hand? The entire Sheikh Zayed family shook my hand. Oh, you got shake hand with Vladimir Putin? I'll get shake hand with Obama. Oh, the Minister of India met you? Narendra Modi met me. So, they are always trying to outdo each other. So now Lulu is big in the Middle East. Oh, I'll be big globally. So, his next step was, oh, I'm big in the Middle East. I want to be big in India. So he tried in India. It didn't work out so very well. Oh, I will be big globally. So he decided, okay, anything is possible. I'm a visionary. I'm a great guy. I can achieve Impossible. Impossible is in the word of fools. All great motivational talk. Problem is when you go international, you expose yourself to the whole world. And when you're taking global money, funds globally, you will be under the scrutiny. Like even Aramco, same thing is going to happen. You expose yourself globally, all your flaws, all your bullshit will be exposed. And it was the final nail in the coffin. He could manipulate his figures and fake things in UAE, in the Middle East. He could fake things. He could take a $1 billion loan and not reveal it. But now, when you go globally, you have to expose your books of accounts. And they have realized that he doesn't have money. It's all on credit. It's all borrowed money. Finabler and TravelX and UAE Exchange and NMC. All expanding by what? Loans. So now what has happened is the people who are dealing with NMC, the vendors, I'm in touch with some of them. I'm in touch with some of the employees because they want other jobs. People are afraid. Every day it seems people go to work afraid that they'll lose their jobs. Every day there's a sense of insecurity. Some of the vendors are claiming that they have not been paid and their money is being held. Many others are afraid that they'll never be paid. Some of them don't know how to make a claim because UAE is a juggernaut. If you take them to court, you get fucked. It's a no-win situation, and the locals who are involved with NMC are big, are very powerful. You can't touch them, man. See, when someone takes a photograph with Sheikh Zayed, the late visionary, the founder of UAE, you take a photograph with Sheikh Zayed and his hand is on top of you, nobody's going to fucking touch you, man. Nobody's going to fucking touch you. You're shown the world a photograph of you shaking hands with the Sheikh, the father of UAE, the most powerful guy. Who the fuck is going to touch you? Nobody. So, well, but anyway, now that B.R. Shetty is exposed globally, everyone will keep away from him. I would say that his days are over. It's not that he's finished. He has enough and more money. He has billions. Okay? Now, obviously, from billions, he'll come down to millions. But he has enough. He's 70, man. Come on. He'll live to what, 90? You think, when you become 70, what will be your condition? He's going to be an old man. He's going to have enough money, go to a retirement home. He can stay in Maldives and retire there for the rest of his life and get 2 young girls to take care of him and pamper him and have servants and enjoy great food for the rest of his life. He doesn't need to take shit. I admire the fact that he's still working. This is the DNA of fighters, you know. They don't give up. They don't want to retire. So in a way, I kind of admire, but on the other side, it's like, when will you fucking stop, man? So his need became his greed became his need, and that's it. Now it's damage control. I would say that NMC is going to be on the decline, and after B.R. Shetty's death, it's not going to exist anymore. This is my prediction for NMC. It's going to close down. The brand is going to cease to exist. It's going to be a former shell of itself. You remember Jumbo Electronics? Former shell of itself. What happened to Cellucom? So, same thing. All these big companies, once upon a time, they were there. They were there for that generation. They vanished. Okay? So now, that's why even Landmark Group, nothing happening. They used to, big, everything big, vanished. Now, small. Stay small, sustain, keep quiet. So B.R. Shetty's NMC, after his death, is going to decline and disappear. His children they don't even have 5% of his leadership skills. Not even 5%. Okay? Forget 5%, 3%. They don't have his capacity. Only he had it. So his children may be good people, good individuals. They will succeed in, I don't know, being an employee. But businessman, only B.R. Shetty. His children tried, his daughter tried 2-3 businesses. It didn't work out, from food, sandwich supply and all that other stuff. Didn't work out. His other son, who knows what he's doing. Anyway, so they have enough money to retire for the rest of their life. For the next 60 years, provided they live, within their means. Like You remember the Home Alone star, Macaulay Culkin? He made his millions, he didn't spend it, and he doesn't have to work for the rest of his life. He can live for the rest of his life doing nothing, just working. He doesn't have severe bad habits. He has not taken any business risk. You know, just imagine if you have 100 million in the bank, the interest is enough for you to live on if you live a simple life. Just don't overspend. So B.R. Shetty is going to, his brand is over. NMC's credibility is down. It'll decline, it'll close down, it'll finish NMC eventually. B.R. Shetty, it's not that he's going to go bankrupt. He will have money. He still has enough, more property and other bits. But I would say he'll be just 30% or 20% max of what he is. 20-30%. That's it. And he'll retire. And his age, man. When you're at 70, you don't want all that stress. He's going to be a retired old man. But yeah, he'll come to see who are his real friends and relatives. So that's it. His B.R. Shetty thing is over. But I'll tell you, these companies are not going to leave until they suck the last drop of blood from him. They're not going to keep quiet. So yeah, that's as far as NMC goes. Then okay, now here's one thing which I just want to state in terms of UAE, okay, which I think I just need to get it off my chest. See, the number of people who are sending me messages and all that. You keep saying Dubai is finished. Keep saying, hey, Dubai finished, bro. Dubai is finished. What Dubai finished, man? Dubai is not going to be finished. See, I'll give you a simple logic, okay? Very simple. For those people who are saying Dubai is finished. Okay, I'll ask you a simple thing. You have a family, right? You have maybe a wife or a spouse. You have children, right? Okay. Let's say you lost your job. You're in a debt. You're in a loan. You lost your job. You're in dire straits. So are you finished? No, you're not finished. You still have hands and legs. You'll say, okay, even if we have to struggle, we will struggle, but we'll try to come out of this. And you'll do whatever it takes. You'll work odd jobs. Your spouse will work odd jobs. You'll try to cut down your costs. You'll try to just, go through these tough times and eventually come out successful. You'll do it for your family, for you. And eventually, as you try, you cut down your costs. You try to discover new things. You may not be rich and successful like before, but you will sustain, you will survive. That's human nature. So when you, a person who doesn't have impressive credentials, who's not a great visionary, nothing, if you can survive and you'll do whatever it takes to keep your family successful and alive, don't you think Sheikh Mohammed will do the same for his country? See, Dubai may not be what it was during its peak days, during its 2000, whatever, 2004, 2005, 6, whatever. It may not be there, but Dubai will be there. It may not be at that level, but Dubai will continue. It's not going to vanish anywhere. The country is going to be there. It's you who have to be worried about your fucking job. You are an expat. You are a guest in that country. You come there for work. You have to be really fucking concerned for your salary, your job, your fucking savings. Dubai will slap on another fucking tax. Dubai will charge you something more. It will do whatever it takes to survive. It has plenty of options. What the fuck option do you have, man? And give Sheikh Mohammed a break, man. Come on. You might be surprised to know this, but I admire that guy. I really, really admire that guy. He's a good man. Fuck everything, whatever shit you say. I don't give a fuck. You might say, oh, he did this to his daughter, that way. Have you ever thought of the fact that if Sheikh Mohammed wanted to finish his daughter, it just takes a bullet. And he didn't even have to do it. He didn't even have to do it. He could have sent someone to do it. You know, these two people, this French and this Swedish lady, or her best friend, who helped her escape. Did you ever think that they are still alive? The Indian commandos who stormed their boat, their yacht, they grabbed the girl, Sheikh Mohammed's daughter, and sent her back. and they let these two people go. Hasn't it even crossed your mind? They were in the middle of the fucking ocean. They could have just popped 2 fucking bullets in their head, dumped their body in the ocean, and they would be eaten by the fishes. They could have chopped them into 100 pieces and throw the flesh for animals to eat. They could have done that. Nobody would have known. Nobody would have known where she is. They would have just said, she's missing. You know, the boat sank. But he brought her back. He brought her back. Why? Because he loves his daughter. That's my definition. I received 2-3 emails from somebody who knows her, okay, telling me, listen, this is not my real ID, but, you know, whatever the message they gave me, I suspect it is part from one of the royal persons, because I put up that video that she might be dead or whatever. And the person told me, listen, mate, you don't know what the fuck you're talking. We are her relatives. So, see, it's very easy to talk shit about someone. Very easy. Like people talk shit about me. Man, if you love your daughter, if you as a human being, you love your daughter and your son, you will not want to do any harm. He is also a father. So stop it, you know. It's very easy for outsiders to comment on other people's families, their upbringing. You look at yourself now. And as far as you're bashing Sheikh Mohammed, man, Sheikh Mohammed has done more good for Dubai, more good for his people, more good for the citizens than any other ruler. You know, if you're bashing up and bad-mouthing Sheikh Mohammed so much, then who's a good leader? Who? Your country? Bangladesh? Who? Narendra Modi? Who? Imran Khan? Why are you in Dubai? If Sheikh Mohammed is so bad, why are you in Dubai? Why don't you go back to your country? You know, like they say, go back to your country, enjoy your leader. Why are you in a foreign country? You want to enjoy the perks and benefits that UAE offers, but you'll spit on the person who has created the country? It's like, you know, you opening your doors to give some refugees, you know, shelter or something, and then they are bad-mouthing you. See, I totally understand that you're offering a value, okay? Don't get me wrong. You're going there to work, so you're offering value, and you're getting paid something in return. That's totally fine. And I'm also on the side that, yes, if something is wrong, you need to, you know, you need to point that out. Nobody should be above criticism. I do that, okay? But senselessly bashing someone or badgering someone, or that's wrong. Okay, where something is not right, let's talk about it. But let's not, you know, discount everything that a person has done. Let's never forget that Dubai is Dubai because of Sheikh Mohammed. Dubai is a global brand because of Sheikh Mohammed. The UAE has never seen, never, ever seen in its 50-year history, obviously because it's young, they've never seen a leader like Sheikh Mohammed. And you know, the sad fact is he's 70. He's at the stage where he's going to grow old and he's going to die. You know, you may never see another leader like Sheikh Mohammed. See, his son Fazza, he's a nice guy. I'm sure that if you were to meet him, and I've seen him doing, you know, going for jogging or going for sport activities. Some people have seen him. He's a nice guy. He's a soft-spoken, he's a nice gentleman. He's a good poet. He's a great sportsman. There's nothing bad about him. Just that, like I told you, I have never seen him as a leader. I don't know. And it's very premature for me to talk about him. Okay? But I'm very sure he must be a genuine guy. He must be a nice guy. So, just bashing them up for the sake of bashing, that's stupid. Come on. Sheikh Mohammed is not perfect as a human being. Nobody is. But I consider him a great man. A great man who has done a lot of good for the country, a lot of good for the brand, who dared to dream. He at least did something where other sheikhs just sat on their asses doing nothing. So please stop bashing and think about it. He's 70, what, 74, 77 or 70, whatever. Think, if you and I were 70 years old, what the fuck would we be doing, man? I can't even imagine being 70. Fuck. I mean, when you're 70, would we have that stamina? He doesn't have to work. Okay, forget all this rumors, and I'll not even get into the stories of what he takes. People have all these stories that this is what he takes to maintain stem cells or HGH or whatever. Fine. I don't see anything wrong in maintaining oneself. He is 77. Some say he has blood pressure and diabetes. Of course. I mean, when you take so much of pressure, you would have. I can't imagine the amount of pressure he must be going through. But at his age, at 70, he's still walking. He's still visiting. He's still interested in what his employees are doing, what his people are doing. You have to admire that, man. Where, we think of 60 years old, at 70 he is still working, walking. He can retire. He has so much money, he can retire and enjoy the rest of his life. But that DNA in him, that fighter, doesn't want to stop. And I respect and admire that. Fuck. I don't know what I'll be doing at 70. Do you know what you'll be doing at 70? So, I respect that man. I genuinely hope, from my heart, I speak my mind out in this channel. I keep it as real as possible. Where something is wrong, I say something is wrong. I really hope Sheikh Mohammed lives to 100. Although we don't know when a person might die, but I really hope he lives to 100. I really hope his son succeeds. I really hope Dubai succeeds. Because if Dubai succeeds, if his son succeeds, if they all succeed, we all succeed. We don't lose anything if that country succeeds. In fact, if the economy grows, we all grow. So let's not hope for someone to fail. Let's not hope for someone to die. This gloom and doom updates, some people put that Dubai is finished, Sheikh Mohammed is finished. Shut the fuck up, man. Yes, there are problems. There are existing problems. That doesn't mean it's going to be there forever. But yes, Dubai has far more greater challenges, far more greater, because of the culture of showing off and all that is there. I like Sheikh Mohammed a lot. I've always admired him. I remember seeing him in Burj Al Arab. Just, like this distance, he just passed by. Those days, I used to wear a suit and tie. No tattoos, nothing. Oh, my heart stopped beating when I saw him. Ooh, Sheikh Mohammed, So, it's still that admiration is there for Sheikh Mohammed. And his son is a good man. His son is a good lad. I hope the country succeeds. I hope they do well. Although Expo 2020, oh goodness, it couldn't have, this coronavirus couldn't have happened at a more worse time. Now the only thing UAE has to do is just ensure whatever they took on their plate will succeed no matter what. But as far as I look at it, it's, everyone knows that Expo 2020 is finished. It's finished. It's over even before it started. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do, but obviously the leadership is working hard looking at alternative solutions. They have to figure out a way to solve this problem, because just as you and I would do whatever it takes to solve our problems, don't you think Sheikh Mohammed would do the same? Don't you think UAE would do the same? So, see, one thing I just want to conclude before I say it is, just like these guys who call me up for jobs and I'm as their consultant, I help them get better jobs and better positions. Okay? One thing I've known is when people want to fight, they really fight. When people want to make a change, they really push themselves. I've spoken to so many people who have had millions and lost their millions. They want to rebrand themselves, reinvent themselves. At 60, 62, I've got people who called me up. So people from all walks of life, even students. One thing which I know is, if someone really wants to succeed and they put their heart, their soul, they will succeed. Okay, but it's a matter of making the right choices. So if you and I can do that, I believe Sheikh Mohammed as a leader, he would maybe not succeed, like I tell you, not succeed to the glory days of the past, just like NMC, B.R. Shetty. But, they will do whatever they can in their capacity to minimize the damage and ride off, into the sunset. Until their last breath, I know they're going to fight. And when it's time for them to die or finish, the world will miss their presence. We have lived through, a generation where we saw Steve Jobs, where we saw Michael Jackson, where we saw, Kobe, Bryant, whatever. When they are there, we criticize them, we make fun of them, we point at their flaws. But when they die, something in us also dies with them. Because we realize, sheesh, that person was a part of my life, my childhood, my upbringing. So the world will be a very sad place the day Sheikh Mohammed is no more, the day B.R. Shetty, the day these people are no more. Because it's very easy sometimes for us to just analyze and comment and talk about them. But when they're gone, like even Arnold Schwarzenegger, Frank Colombo, these bodybuilders, when they're gone, we miss their presence and we feel that sense of vacuum, because it is a reminder that we are next. Anyway, guys, these are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Please stop panicking. Okay, please stop panicking. Yes, it's good to keep good health. Like I told you, don't, be cautious about the coronavirus thing, but don't be paranoid. Don't be crazy about the job market. As long as your resume is updated, you have interview skills, you network with the right people, you constantly get off your ass, your comfort zone, and you prove to be like a fighter, you'll do just fine. Okay? And as for Expo 2020, it's just going to be a spectacle of entertainment, but a total disaster, especially with the existing recession. So these are my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. Love to hear your thoughts. It's me signing off for now. Take care.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.